This is James Mathers for the Digital Cinema Society at NAB 2024. Here with my friend Dedo Weigert. That's the Dedo of DEDOLIGHT. And can you tell us about some of your new products?
Usually I'm accused that you give me 10 minutes and I talk 3 hours. So I'll try and stay a little bit under it. One of the items that we've had for a few years now that is still new, because our clientele sometimes takes a while to learn about new things. It's this kind of ballast here that we call NAO. Supposedly that means new. And it has a few peculiarities. Like this one ballast can activate 34 different Dedolights. From 20 watt, 50, 40, 90 watt, anything, monocolor, bicolor, ultraviolet, infrared, all of those. Okay. For rental houses, it may make things a little easier. One of the new features on it is you can dim. Any LED can dim. But since they're all impulse width regulated, when you come to about 5%,
No flicker.
they get hiccups. This one can dim down to 0.1%. And if you want to, you can choose the dimming curve, being linear or exponential. Most cameramen like me don't know the difference. They hardly know how to spell that. But in drama productions, when you dim exponential to come out from the dark, that can look much more dramatic. Okay. Then sometimes crazy people want to shoot commercials and they want to shoot at higher frame rates. And with some LEDs that causes a problem. So with this one, it's also limited. You cannot shoot above 440,000 frames per second. Yeah.
That's not much of a limit.
Enough, yeah. And another thing is, I'm a stupid cameraman. I always thought DMX is DMX. I didn't know. There's 8-bit, there's 16-bit, there's RDM, there's all kinds of variations. They're all in here, yeah. And also, you can take this part off and go from AC to battery. Just take it off, put a battery on, okay? And there's some other features with it. Okay, so that's the NAO ballasts. We also have a version that you can get where it talks to your iPhone. Yeah, that goes with a Lumen radio module in there that allows wireless transmission. Okay, then there's NAO Color, which is RGB, ACL, everything you want to have. And if you want to have colors, it'll do that. And all the effects, and you can put in filters, Roscoe, Lee, any number, or you can go on a color wheel or many different functions. So that's the NAO Color. We pride ourselves to have the most complete system in the world of reflected light. Yeah. Reflectors have been around ever since the invention of imaging. Yeah? We have 5 different surfaces. We have 5 different sizes. And we also have some now that spread the light in one direction. So when you put several of those in a row, you can create what we call a river of light.
All with one unit.
Yeah. Or you can put several of those in a row, and you can have people walk a long way without any change of exposure, which for some people means something. Okay, then we also have a new one, what I call a reflector. That's a reflector where you can bend the surface, and that allows you to spread the light in one direction or the other, and you can change the surfaces and have them narrower, more distinct or wider, So that's the reflector. And there we have a specialty, and that is our PB70, parabolic 70 centimeter light. It consumes only 1200 watts. So you can basically plug it into grandmother's kitchen. Yeah? But the output at 60 feet distance is higher, 50% higher than a 9K Arri HMI and spot. So it has a little bit of efficiency. But the main trick for it is the light doesn't come from the light fixture.
Where does it come from?
From a virtual light source 60 feet behind the light. Where can you buy a virtual light source? Yeah, do you get it in one piece or in slices, or
Where do you buy a virtual light?
you buy the PB70 and you have it? That means, let's say in virtual production, the purpose can be sometimes that you want to bring nature into the studio. Today it's the Sahara Desert, tomorrow it's the beach of Rio or Mount Fuji or something. And if you light that with Arri 2Ks, it doesn't look like the light is natural sunlight from infinity. Yeah? But here you put the PB70 inside the studio and the light comes from outside the studio, because it's 60 feet behind where the actual light source works. So it's a very effective light, and it's one step where I say it puts us kind of in the lead of when people want to talk about ecology. I've been on many forums for green tech, ecology. Yeah, there's a lot of wonderful talk. Yeah, but in a way, our business is still run mostly by men. Men are run by testosterone, and that means size matters. If I want to be a professional, I've got to roll up with my diesel generators. If I take a little light, I would give that to my daughter for her Barbie or something. Yeah? And there is indeed the DEDOLIGHT in die Hand. DEDOLIGHT in die Hand. There's a little light. It's only a 40-watt light. And don't talk to me about that. I'm a professional. Yeah. And that 40-watt light focuses. Okay, what's new? Yeah. But then this little puppet light that no professional wants to be seen in. He says, I give that to my daughter for a Barbie doll or something. Yeah. At a certain distance, it gives 700 lux. 60 something foot candle. Yeah. And then you put the magic on it, you put this thing on the front, and the output is 10 times more. Yeah. So then you have 7,000 lux. In foot candle, it doesn't sound as impressive. It's like,
It's a lot.
yeah, it's okay. And then with this one, you can take a little magic thing that I call the quintopus. Yeah, you know what's an octopus? Yeah?
That's for your reflectors.
And this is a quintopus, one clamp that can carry 5 reflectors. Yeah?
From one source.
From one source. And those 5 reflectors then will light up another 4 or 5 reflectors to light your talent, what your talent wants to show, and the background, with one measly 40-watt light. Then the third part of the family is Lightstream tabletop. It's a set of 15 reflectors in a case, projection attachments, holding arms, all kinds of toys and tricks where you can light a tabletop set in a magic way like you never was able to do before. This is good for food, product, jewelry, anything like that. And it gives a big range of versatility, plus more toys. So then we come back to the men. Yeah? my measly little 1.2K light. People say, don't you have anything that more my style? So we now have here a 2.5K.
2500
Puts out double the light.
HMI.
Yeah. Okay, on HMI, I go back a little bit. This is a 400 watt HMI light that has a triple zoom focus, which was recognized by the Academy for the Oscar committee and all that stuff, yeah? Okay, now this has a focus range of 1 to 20, which means when I go to spot, I have a 4-degree exit angle. Then comes the big invention. I put on this cooking pot in front here, optics. And again I have 4-degree. So before I have 4-degree, now I have 4-degree. So what the hell? Yeah? There's one little difference. Now I have 500% more light. And the professional will immediately say, how many watt is it now? Yeah? So with this one, we can light there in the back there. Yeah? We have a very far reach. And it is really... And those special added optics I have for all and every one of my 50 different focusing lights. Yeah? Multiplying the output. On that little light, the output goes up 10 times. On others, it goes up only up 3 times. On this one, 500% more.
That's a lot of great products, more than we have time for, actually.
If you're not passionate about your own profession, maybe you should try and get a job at the post office.
That's great. Thank you so much, Dedo.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for allowing me and showing your great endurance and patience.
I always love your stuff. It's great talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you.